Hey y'all, this is Stacy from Let's Cook Y'all. Today I wanted to show you 3 easy side dishes: spiralized zucchini noodles, barbecue green beans, and crash hot potatoes. Come along with me and let's cook, y'all. Today we're going to make zucchini noodles or zoodles using a spaghetti. It's a simple little tool that you can buy in just about anywhere. I got mine at Home Goods. I think it was $7.99 or $8.99. I am going to use the thick setting. And all you do is insert the zucchini in it and twist, and they come out in a, pasta substitution. They don't go over well in my house as a substitution for pasta, not that we're big pasta eaters. I do serve them often, as I am tonight, since I had one little bitty zucchini left over in my crisper drawer in the fridge. I'm just going to serve it as a side. Just going to spiralize it up. Put it in a skillet with a little olive oil and garlic. I'll saute it till it's soft. My husband's not fond of crisp, tender vegetables. It does make this obnoxious little round, but the end goes in here when it gets down to where you don't want to stick your fingers in there on the metal part. So I'm going to go ahead and finish spiralizing this one poor little pitiful zucchini and get it in the skillet. These zoodles couldn't be easier. I got a little olive oil heating up. I added a little garlic. I'm going to take the zucchini noodles and add them in. I have found, for me, the easiest way to saute them and cook them is with a pair of tongs as opposed to a spoon or a spatula. They just move around a little easier. Okay, these zoodles are pretty much done. They're good and soft. The garlic is cooked. I'm just going to take them off the heat, add a little salt and pepper, my last little bit of Parmesan cheese, because I think most everything is better with cheese. As you can tell, they do kind of cook down. This was just one zucchini I had left over, so this is probably really only enough for one person. I would plan on 1 zucchini per person as a side dish. I have no idea about using zoodles as a pasta replacement, how many you need, but if you're serving 4, I would spiralize 4 zucchinis. But that is quick and easy zoodles as a side dish. Be sure to top them with good Parmesan and enjoy. The next side dish I wanted to show you is one I've just recently started making. It's called BBQ Green Beans. You can make this in the oven or in the crock pot. The items you'll need are canned green beans, and you can use cut or whole. Today I'm using a mixture. You'll need onion, some bacon, and to make up the sauce, it is tomato ketchup, brown sugar, and Worcester. So let me show you how we make barbecue green beans. First thing you want to do is fry up your bacon and onion. Don't make the mistake that I did here and forget to go ahead and chop up the bacon into small pieces, although I did correct this later. I went ahead and fried up the bacon and then took it out and started chopping it into smaller pieces because it's a little hard to move around when they're in large pieces with the onions. So don't make the same mistake I did. Once the bacon and the onions have sauteed, then you go ahead and add the other ingredients. I'll have everything below: the tomato ketchup, the brown sugar, and the Worcester, and get the sauce and the onions mixed all up. Once everything's mixed up, at this point you can either bake them in the oven 350 for 15 to 20 minutes, or you can also put them in a crock pot on warm. I have done it both ways. They're a little crispier obviously in the oven, but they do just fine in a crock pot. I've used a casserole crock pot and quadrupled or tripled or quadrupled the recipe and kept them on warm till they heated up to serve at a get-together. Today I was just going to use my oven and not the crock pot, so I put them in a 350 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they come out all bubbling and ready to be served. They go really well with things like barbecue chicken, pork chops, and that is barbecued green beans. And finally, the last thing I wanted to show you today is a side dish called crash hot potatoes. It's a Pioneer Woman recipe I've been making for several years. You'll need red or whole new potatoes. I've got 12 here. The original recipe calls for rosemary, which I've got in my garden, but we're not fond of it. So I also use a lot of chives. My husband and I actually both prefer the chives. The only other ingredients you'll need are some olive oil, salt, and pepper. So let me show you how to make crash hot potatoes. First, we need to boil the new potatoes, so just bring them in some cold water to a rolling boil. Put as much salt as you like in them. Go ahead and boil them until they can be pierced all the way through with a fork. I often do this earlier in the day and then just have them set aside. The original recipe calls for drizzling a copious amount of olive oil on a sheet pan. I don't do that. I prefer to line my pan with foil and then spray it and maybe put a little olive oil down so that the potatoes don't stick. I like to have a little bit easier cleanup. So lay your potatoes out, and then once they're all laid out, we're going to smash them. I just use the potato masher to smash each of the potatoes, rotating 90 degrees if I need to. Then I drizzle olive oil on each of them and brush it out with a pastry brush. Top them with kosher salt and black pepper and herbs of your choice. In my case, I used a little rosemary and a whole lot of chives. Let's put them in our 425 preheated oven. They'll take about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 35 total. I put them for 25 here. They'll come out and be hot and sizzling, and these are crash hot potatoes. I hope you've enjoyed all 3 of these videos today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I hope you get a chance to either try the zucchini noodles, the barbecue green beans, or these crash hot potatoes. Hit that red subscribe button for more cooking videos, and have a blessed day, y'all.